Mother and daughter duo Paula and Angie make a return visit to Babbie's house today to bring us up to date on all that God is doing in their exciting ministry. We'll have great conversation, wonderful music, and a whole lot more. Stick around. Babbie's house is coming to you right now.
Babbie's house, Babbie's house. Every day is filled with possibility. At Babbie's house, Babbie's house. Everybody is family. Welcome to Babbie's house.
Hello, everybody, and welcome. Welcome to Babbie's house. I am your host, Babbie Mason, and thank you for joining me today. We've got a great show prepared for you. Mother and daughter team, Paula and Angie, make a return visit to Babbie's house today, and they're going to sing some of their original music, and there's a whole lot happening in their ministry. It's all very exciting. Some great conversation and great music is coming your way in just a little bit. But I want to kick things off with one of my favorite songs, and it's a song that reminds me to let my light so shine before men that they may see my good works and glorify my Father in heaven. It's called Love Like That.
What would it mean to that single mom to get some money in the mail? Or pay a visit to Mr. Jones, whose health has begun to fail, just to shine a little light? Tell them it will be alright. And what about that lonely child who's never had enough? Got a kind and encouraging word for that girl who's given up. Oh, what a difference it would make just to bless somebody's day. Teach me to love like that. Tell me what to say to help my neighbor. Teach me to love like that. Show me what to do to make things better. Maybe it's to feel a need, or plant a seed, or give where there is lack. I wanna be like you, Lord. Teach me to love like that. Maybe it's delivering a pretty bouquet to that lonely little lady, or paying a bill for an out of work dad who wonders if he'll make it, just to hear somebody out, relieve them of some fear and doubt. Surprise that man on a fixed income by taking him to lunch, or maybe it's to babysit for that mom under a time crunch. Oh, you just never know how you can touch some weary soul. Teach me to love like that. Tell me what to say to help my neighbor. Teach me to love like that. Show me what to do to make things better. Maybe it's to feel a need, or plant a seed, or give where there is lack. I wanna be like you, Lord. Teach me to love like that. I don't just wanna see the need, but I wanna be there. Let me be the answer to someone's prayer, to someone's prayer. Teach me to love like that. Teach me to love like that. Maybe I could feel a need, or maybe I could plant a seed, or give where there is a lack. I wanna be like you, Lord. Teach me to love like that, Jesus. I just wanna love like that. Maybe it's
There was this big bruise on my friend's face. I told myself she'd fallen. I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to think her own nephew could have hit her.
I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to believe it. My mother's bank account was emptied, and a caregiver had taken control of it.
I didn't want to see it. My father's refrigerator, there was hardly anything in it. That's unusual for him.
My stuff kept disappearing, but I told myself I was misplacing it. I didn't want to see the truth. My daughter was stealing from me.
Many of us don't want to see the signs, don't want to see that a senior citizen is being abused, physically, emotionally, sexually, or financially. If you suspect elder abuse, call the police or your local agency on aging. You don't have to prove abuse is taking place to report it. Remember, elder abuse is a crime.
So see the signs, stop the crimes.
To learn more, visit ncpc.org.
Action! I love telling big stories about big heroes, people we admire and look up to. But at the end of the day, real life is better than any story. Our servicemen and women are the real heroes. Every day, they make the sacrifices for their country, for my country, for my son's country. My dad was a Marine and a Navy historian. He was the first one to show me just how much these men and women give up. They leave their families and their homes. They train, they fight, they struggle for us. And so much of the time, it goes unnoticed and unthanked. And that is what I love so much about the USO. It gives us real ways to support our real heroes. The USO lifts the spirits of America's troops and their families. And there is a way we can say thanks. You can go to USO.org and make a real difference in their lives today. Do it.
Well, welcome back to the show, everyone. I'm so happy to have back on Babbie's House, mother and daughter team, a great duo, Paula and Angie. They are a powerhouse duo. You know, the Bible says that one can put 1,000 to flight, but two can put 10,000 to flight. And if that two is a mama and a daughter, if that two are family members, they have the same, you know, not just the same DNA and the same, you know, vocal similarity, but there's likeness in mind and spirit and all of those, that spirit of unity and family. And we know that powerful thing that happens when we hear family sing, right? So I want you to help me welcome back to Babbie's House, Paula and Angie. So happy to see you all.
Thank you.
Oh, listen to you all. Y'all are so beautiful. Can I just say, you know, I had the awesome privilege to sing with my mom. Now, we didn't do it full-time like you all, but when I had the opportunity to sing with my mom, it was just a treasure. And not only did I love it, but people loved it. They loved it, the fact that we recorded together. We recorded a couple of duets together. And it's just a prize. It's just a privilege to be able to sing with one's mother. So I want to say welcome back to Babbie's House. And I want to start with you, Paula. How did this happen? You know, what was the light bulb moment that said, hey, we ought to do this thing together?
Wow. Angie and I had been singing for many years with a choir in our state of North Carolina, traveling, being featured as the solo artist, so to speak. And about 3.5 years ago, the light bulb just kind of went off as to why are we doing this, your thing with Angie, your thing with Paula. Why not come together and be Paula and Angie? I mean, it's, first off, you know, it is your child. So, and Angie's style and my style, technically, we're kind of different in our own way, but when we brought it together and we found that good middle, if that's a great way for me to say it, we figured that out, and I'm like, we need to be singing together.
Yes.
So Angie has brought a lot out in me by doing that, and I'm beginning to learn a lot more on what I can continue to do as the senior member of the group to grow.
Yes.
So I guess that's the best way for me to kind of pull it all together.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
It's kind of like, it was a no-brainer, but it took me a little while to figure it out.
Yes.
Or I should say it took us a little while to figure it out.
To find that sweet spot. That's awesome. Well, Angie, what is it like singing with your mother?
I told somebody it's probably the most rewarding experience that I could ever possibly have. Obviously, you know, I grew up in a house full of faith, a whole family full of faith. But like most of us, I had to go down that hard road to learned some things, but the person who always prayed, who always, was in my corner cheering that God would get me set straight, get me on a path to do something for him was Mama.
Yes.
And so, when I get to...
Mama always believes in you, right? At least she's supposed to.
Absolutely. So singing with Mama is fun because, as I get older, we're friends now. When I was younger, she's your mom, she's not your friend, but we're friends now. And so, we'll laugh about things, we'll cut up, and we do bring out the best, I do believe, in each other. Now, that doesn't mean it's always perfect, but it does mean that I am privileged to be on this journey with my mom.
Do you all know what a blessing it is to hear that? In a day and age where, families are divided and, mothers and daughters don't speak to one another, and you all have established a beautiful ministry together. Talk to me about what a typical performance or concert might look like, Paula.
Well, if we're doing a full concert, Paula and Angie, we try to plan anywhere from an hour to an hour, 15 minutes of music. We try to mix old gospel with contemporary gospel, with our own take on certain songs that people have known for years. What may have been a solo piece out in the regular world, we've done our thing to make it a great duet. And then each of us shares our song and our feeling of that song in a way that we know will be pleasing first and foremost to God. And then it just seems to resonate with the audience and people just connect.
Yes.
And on some days, I just have to tell on myself. Every now and then I'll have a moment and I go, what's the words, Angie?
I get that.
But I'm okay
you have to feed
with
Mama
that.
the words, right?
Yes.
But you're cool with that.
I'm fine with that. I'm okay with that. It used to bother me, but then I realized, hey, we're all human, and even the best of the best will have a moment.
That's right.
And we're gonna forget something, and God knows my heart.
That's right.
So I'm okay with those moments when I kind of go off script, shall we say.
Yes. Well, since I saw you all since the last time you were on the show, you all have grown a lot. Your vision has increased. Tell me about some of the new things that's going on with Paula and Angie.
Last time we came here, we were just finished actually recording at that time what was our new CD, Soon and Very Soon, with LLC Records out of Nashville, Tennessee. That was a great learning experience for us, kind of getting us on a bigger platform and kind of understanding how things really work on the business side, but still remembering we're a ministry first and foremost, so it's about God, but wanting to bring excellence to what we do. And God really impressed upon me last year, I think it was 2016, that I needed to start an indie label to help people learn some of the nuggets that I had been learning from some people in the industry who were much more learned than myself, listening to things from people like yourself, Linda Randall, other individuals who are close friends but have been doing this for a while and have the right focus. So we started G2 Music Group. We're both green, and I'm now married to a gray, so the G2
You got green and gray.
That's right, colors all around. So G2 Music Group launched, and Paula and Angie are the flagship type of artist for that label, and we signed a young brother and sister duo from Eastern North Carolina, a little tiny town called Hosky. The group's name is Remain Anchored. They write all of their own music, talented lyricist, talented vocalist, and it was such a God thing how we met them. We sang at their church. Yes. And we connected with them about 6 years ago, maybe. Yeah,
that's beautiful. This is what I love about
just grew.
This age in which we live in with the internet. You can do things as an independent artist.
Absolutely.
You can use the internet as your engine, so to speak, to promote music and launch an indie label, and not necessarily have to go the old traditional way of going through a national label, where you might have to give up more than you want to give up in order to get what you want out of a label. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
So what will you all be singing for us today, Paula?
Well, we're going to pull out some old school gospel because truly that's my passion and love. So we have a piece called Gospel Medley that's a combination of 3 old gospels. When we start, everybody's going to go, oh, we know those songs. And we like contemporary Christian music. And we're going to do a piece that's best known as a solo piece by Tamala Mann.
Awesome.
Take Me to the King.
Awesome.
We've done our thing hoping to make it a duet.
Well, that's beautiful. We're looking forward to that. You all get ready to sing for us, all right?
All right.
And you get ready to listen after this break. Paula and Angie are going to sing for us, and you are going to be blessed. Stick around. Babbie's House will be right back after this.
How long have we been married there?
For 76 years.
He was kind and generous to me before we married, and he was kind and generous to me all these years that we have been married. We had been looking at a lot of different houses in different places around that area, and when we came by this house, it was green, and I love green. I'm Irish. And so I said, oh, there's our house. I know it. We decided on Meals on Wheels because at my age, I was getting to the point where I couldn't do all the things that I had been able to do. We're the Spans. America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
For our troops and their families, the military is more than a career. It's a journey. And every step along the way, the USO is there.
It's an experience that soldier will never forget for the rest of his life. That's what the USO does.
From the time they join to the time they transition out of the military, the USO is there, offering programs and support along the way.
USO has tons of programs.